here's the cave I made yesterday. Now, it's just a super cheap Petco little blossom cave or whatever they want to call them. And I noticed some of the fish would go in it, but it's just so low to the ground that some of the fish that want to be at higher. Oh, and yes, I know the tank is a little overstocked right now, but that's going to end in a couple days because I'm getting rid of some of these fish to a friend of mine. So, this is what it looks like when it's mounted. Okay, so the things that you're going to need are, and I bought these at Home Depot, super cheap. First you need the ceramic magnets. As you can tell, this is my first time doing this, and I have terrible lighting, look at that. But I got the ceramic magnets, and then I got super magnets. Now, before any of you guys freak out saying, oh my god, you can't put metal in the aquarium, we're not going to. We're not going to at all. And then I went to Walmart and bought a super cheap, you know, it's supposed to sit like that. I would actually not have that sitting in my tank like that because I'm still deciding if I'm going to get rid of these ugly things. But we'll decide that later. But if you'll notice, underneath, it's completely flat. Nice and flat, nice and flat. You can decide how many magnets you want to put on. On the one that I just showed you, have 2. Right there and there. So the super magnets will show on the outside, and it's kind of a personal preference. If you care about it, then don't do it on the side. But, and I apologize again for the lighting. I just have a small apartment. What can I say? So what we're going to do is take some crazy glue and just make sure you find the kind that's, you know, aquarium safe. There's a couple that aren't, but most of them are. I choose the brush because it's just so much easier. And as a bonus, the super magnets come with an extra little ceramic magnet on the back to hold them into the thing. So it's kind of nice. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of crazy glue, and it gets really stringy. But we're going to put a little crazy glue right on the spots where you want to put the magnets. You're going to take the ceramic ones and just plop them right on there. If you want, you can scratch a little bit to make them stick a little better. I don't know. I haven't really discovered if that works any better or not, but I just started doing this a couple days ago, so no biggie there. So then we're going to put, I like to cover, if I need to, the 4 corners. On this one I'm going to cover 5 just because it's got that top part and it's a little heavier than most. And the reason I kind of gauge what I'm going to do is because these aren't supposed to be mounted, but they look really cool when you do mount them. So I'm going to finish getting these on, and then we'll come back when it's time to mount. Okay, so I lied a little bit. We're not going to wait until the mounting. First, we're going to do this. We're going to make sure that everything is stuck to it, and then we're going to let it cure for approximately, I've been waiting like an hour, and what I do is I wait till they're strong enough that they'll stick on there, and then you just turn it, oh, see? This is why you gotta pay attention. I'm gonna put a little more glue on that one, and then I'm going to flip it over so it's sitting there using the weight of the decoration to help the glue cure. Just to continue while this cures, now you can see that everything is stuck on, and we're just going to place it right side up, so that way it just helps it stick to it better, like it helps it cure because it uses the weight, and you're going to be wanting those things to stick really well because you're going to be doing magnets through glass, but it works really well. Just wait a little bit, wait about an hour, and then you can mount it. All right, so it's time to mount, and this is where it gets kind of difficult. First of all, these magnets are hard as hell to take apart. So what I did was I took them apart and I put them on the middle stand. My dog doesn't want to be filmed. And then I did that to keep them far apart enough. And you have to be very careful when doing this because they're that strong that they could crack the glass. So you just kind of have to do it a special way. So we're going to take, I decided to leave the leaves on for now, and it's a little cloudy because I just removed a fake plant, and that's half the reason I'm doing this is because I want to start putting I want to start making this a planted tank, and to do that, my fish still need a place to hide. But the plants aren't going to be big enough right away. And so, what we're going to do, we're going to, and make sure you've given it a good little rinse first. You're going to put it in, make sure you get all the air bubbles out. And you're going to place it where you want it to go. The reason I do it, part of the reason I do it on the side for some of it, is because then you can see them when they're inside the cave. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some smaller neodymiums, the super magnets. You're going to place them on the glass first and then just move them over to where you want them to be. Because if they snap, they really could crack the glass. Like, they are that strong. And so I'm just going to go like that. And you see how they just kind of fit into place? And if they don't, if they start resisting, that means you just need to flip them around and then attach them. Once you have them all in place, you can kind of move it around and position it wherever you need. And now they have another hole or another cave to go in. Now, if you have really light ones, if you have the magnets on there, you can move them around that way too. Like this one was a little too high to be placed next to that one. So then, from the outside, you can see just like that. Both of them are placed, and within 5 minutes last night, my Grammy claimed that one. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you try it.